let's talk about if you should get a library job or not. Because trust me when I say it is different from what you actually think it is. So I'm Pal, and I'm basically going back to school to become an archivist, and I'm getting my master's in library science. But I want to talk about if you should get a library job or not, and if it's the right fit. So let's start with how I got my library job. I got my library job as a part-timer in 2020 to 2021, and I worked for a local government, basically meaning I worked at a public library as a library service representative. And I applied because I had recently just graduated in my degree in marketing and fashion merchandising, and I was literally looking for a job, and one of my dream jobs was actually to work at a library. And I applied thinking, you know what, easy money, I'm getting to like be around books, which I love every day, and I'll probably just be shelving, and I'll probably just, be telling people to be quiet because, it's a library. That's what you do, you tell people to be quiet. Couldn't be further from the truth. And before you say, oh, well, you're educated, you have a bachelor's degree in marketing, obviously they went for you, and obviously you were overqualified. Au contraire, my brother, yes, I have a brother, my brother actually volunteered at our local library, and he volunteered there for 3 months, and then he applied for a part-time job there, and now he finally has it. So you can get it with no experience. He has 0 job experience, and he's still in school. So if he can do it, you can also do it. Just letting you know, just adding that in there. Okay, so let me tell you what it was actually like now that I had the job as a library service representative in government. Like, you're probably like, okay, so what is it really like? Okay, here it is. You get to experience so many people from so many different walks of life, and the main focus of a library is to help people find resources or information, and part of that is being great at customer service. So if you don't thrive in an environment that actually requires you to communicate with different types of people, I don't think working at a public library is right for you, because even for me, I am a strong introvert that is able to become an extrovert when needed to. It took a lot out of me to be able to be okay day to day and talk to people and communicate with them, trying to solve their problems and find a solution to what they were looking for. As a library service representative, it was required for us to assist in library programs such as story time, puppet time, arts and crafts. We had a lot of different programs specifically for little kids, but also for teens and adults within the library, and you were required to either lead or assist as a part-timer. Another thing was also helping reference librarians, with inquiries and stuff. Sometimes reference librarians wouldn't always be available, and so you'd also have to help search things up. And of course, if it was a high level thing, you can't find it by yourself, obviously you'd refer it to the reference librarian. But there were times where you were at the reference desk and you were the only person who could find a solution for this patron. And it took a bit, but I finally had gained the confidence to help other people find the information they need. And that was actually kind of fun, because you get to go down a little rabbit hole and become a detective on your own. I guess the last little bit that I will say about becoming a library assistant, library service representative, is that you have to be able to be okay with just change all the time. So apart from being exposed to different types of people, you're also exposed to different types of things happening outside of your control. And I'm just talking about, because it's a government entity and it's public facing, policies come and go, and banned books are a thing. And so you're just gonna have to be okay. You're just gonna have to be okay and go with the flow, and everybody just has to take part in it. And it's just a wild ride. Honestly, being part of a library team is a wild ride because you get to make such great people with everybody has different tastes. You get great book recommendations, but at the same time, everyone is at the mercy of what is going on around them politically. That was fun. I guess my last little bit here is, should you get a job there? I say do it if you're willing to come out of your comfort bubble and be able to talk and communicate to different people, have different types of experiences, learn from everyone and everything all at once, because I learned so many like communication skills, enunciation skills. I learned so much just like by being at the library. Honestly, I feel like you get smarter if you're just there all the time. You're always wanting to like read stuff and consume stuff and like learn about different stuff. Also, I guess a fun fact is like when you're friends with librarians, they love telling you like their latest like rabbit hole of things that they find, and I love it. Like, yes, tell me the history of this one single piece of paper that's so significant yet so weird. Like it was like so much fun finding the lore of different things. Like I personally loved getting sidetracked by having, you know, small conversations with librarians. So yes, if you think that, you know, you have the personality for it or you're able to adapt, 100% apply to your local library. Apply to any library, honestly, because yes, I know it's a little bit more like patron heavy, question heavy, not as introvert friendly. I say still go for it just for the experience, you know? I loved it, and I loved it so much that I'm going back to school for it. Like, that's a whole other journey, and if you want to follow my journey to going back to school and trying to go back into the library world full time, please like and subscribe and, you know, follow me for the journey. As always, thank you guys so much, and I hope this video helped. Until the next one, bye.